Hello and welcome, Guardians. Oh boy, don't I have some news for you. Well, not really, but nah. Call it what it is, I guess. Okay. Let me just get situated here. Alright. So this is what we're going what kind of ordeal we got here. We I guess before we get on with the show, you know, for what you came here for, we had to make some changes, and I guess I can explain just a little bit of it. Originally, take that out. I don't need that. What are you doing there? Originally, the podcast was called the LootCave podcast, and I decided, well, it was kind of brought to my attention when I was, searching YouTube. I found out that there was 2 other channels called the LootCave, and I'm thinking, okay, and one of them just so happens to be, covering Destiny. Now, the interesting part was their last video was like either 4 or 6 years ago. So obviously they are no longer in service at this point. But me seeing that kind of got me thinking that, I don't think I really don't want to have a name that is technically already taken. Even though, I guess at this point you could say, technically I would have the right to, because they haven't done anything with it in a long time. Either channel, like, neither of them had done anything with it in quite some time. So, but that doesn't mean maybe they're on Twitch. They're just not uploading to YouTube. And I didn't get a chance to look up on Twitch to see if that may be the case. So we had to do some rebranding, or I had to do some rebranding. So what I did was I changed the name. So this show is no longer going to be called the LootCave podcast. And to be quite honest, I decided to walk away from podcast because the idea of what I'm doing is it's not really a podcast form. Right now I don't have a guest or anything. So this is now going to be considered it's called Guardian Talk Radio, which makes a lot more sense for the fact that I have call-ins, live call-ins, should I say. So yes, I had to make that decision, and I went ahead and went with it. Anywho, so we're no longer called the LootCave podcast. We are now Guardian Talk Radio, and it's very Destiny like heavy right now because that's what I want to cover right now. That's what I want to talk about. Now, one day we could move on and try other games, and the show will come with us. So, but I wanted to fit the narrative, and Guardian Talk sound, because I almost called it like Armalite Radio, but I thought, you know what, I wanted to be more focused towards the community itself and not me, you know. So I voted against it myself and decided to call it Guardian Talk Radio. So that's what we're going to be considered. I already made the thumbnail, changed the Discord name. I've done it all. So yeah. So that's out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this bad boy up and running. Bungie ViDoc Talk will be the topic in the Discord. And I'm going to go over here. I'm just going to leave this up since really we don't have anybody coming in just yet, but as soon as I get somebody to pop in, then we'll continue on. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Give me that. Try again. Haha, there it is. Alright, we're gonna... Okay, cool. Okay. I had to fix them. I tried. I just figured out that I can actually like set up a scheduled stream all in OBS. I don't have to bounce back and forth from YouTube and come in here and do OBS. I can literally set it all up here. So let me just check some here. Yeah. Let me turn all my volumes down here. Okay. Okay. Just want to make sure that the stream looked half-ass decent, I guess. So, anyway, I think we'll go ahead and Bungie announced today, if you are unsure of what's been going on, and so today Bungie put out that they are doing a ViDoc for tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The video is about 15 minutes and they are going to cover a whole slew of things. So let me get you that list just so you know. Let's see. Just go to my Twitter here. And yes, I do have Twitter, so if you decide you would like to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. So, alright, so basically for tomorrow's VidDoc, Bungie is going to discuss Savathun, the Witch Queen, but I thought Savathun was the Witch Queen. Oh, so which I'm assuming just the DLC itself. So they're going to discuss the Witch Queen, Season of the Redacted, which I'm assuming we're going to get to have a nice little sneak peek of that. Void subclass updates, weapon crafting, and more. So yes, that is what's going on for tomorrow. And I mean, it all sounds really, really good. And I'm pretty excited to see what it is that they're going to be bringing out for tomorrow. And I think probably like the two most interesting things I like to see is the obviously weapon crafting. That's all I've been ever talking about, to get more fine details, hopefully. But I guess you can't really expect too much. I don't think they're going to give us too much information, for the fact that the whole thing is only 15 minutes and they have multiple topics that they're going to be talking about. So I guess, we'll get a little bit of what they're planning on for Witch Queen, and we'll also get another thing that I'm looking forward to is the Void subclass update. How that's going to work. I'm pretty sure most people have a pretty good idea of how it's going to be implemented. And I got a feeling we're going to be hella busy come Witch Queen. So, and we're definitely gonna have yeah, we're gonna have a lot to do, because we're gonna have weapon crafting at one point, and then subclass, which I'm assuming it's gonna be a little bit like how we obtained our stasis. I'm assuming that that's how it's going to be. I'm not really sure, which I would prefer to remain that way, because I enjoy being more surprised, but that's just me. So anyways, I guess I really should make a video about, like, well, since I can now stream, or not stream, but schedule a stream. Actually, it's quite easy, especially if I just do everything in OBS, where I can set up everything that I need. It seems like it's very simplified. So if you want to see more of this, you want to be a part of it, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to be notified. And I believe you get a notification whenever I post that I'm going to be going live, or a scheduled stream, so you have that on hand. I am trying. I did pretty good this time. I was actually able to get right on the dot at 9:30, and I would like to get it. I would like to do it a lot sooner than 9:30. That's for sure. But I was thinking about making a video that really just kind of describes, hey, this is what we do, and then use that to maybe share, or you can share, like, let's say maybe you come across this and you really don't give two shits about a radio show thing or podcast style-ish. I mean, I still want it to be kind of called a podcast, but the problem with that is I don't really have, like, what you would consider guest, not Gaston, but guest on. I would prefer for that to be the case. And another thing that I've been thinking about is having somebody on as a co-host. You know, at least that way I have at least one person I can, you know, bounce ideas around with. We can have discussions, but the problem is that's going to cause me to have to rely on someone else. And I understand that life kind of gets in the way sometimes. So, and I would hate to, I just don't want to have to rely on someone else, but that's kind of the funny part, right? That we'll be here, like, really the show is not alive unless if there's people here. So I kind of have to rely on that, but it's also a way for me to kind of, you know, figure out how to, you know, work on my own feet, you know, think on my feet. So let's say this is like your first time here. You can either, you know, you could just watch on YouTube, or you can chat it up. Well, you can chat in live chat. If you feel like you would like to have the opportunity one day to be able to be on the show, then the only thing I can offer is my Discord. I am a one-man show right now. Like I was kind of saying, you know, I don't have a co-host. I don't have someone else on the back end in order to help me. So I'm kind of on my own. But I have a way to be able to make it where it's easy and where we can enjoy ourselves, and you can still open up and have your own opinion if you feel strongly to do so. I don't care if you're a fanboy. I don't care if you're a Bungie hater or whatever. You are more than welcome to be a part of this. I don't care. I'm just, you know, there's not enough of this to be said. Nobody says this, but it's okay to be a fanboy. It's okay if Destiny is just not for you. It's okay. Like, really. I mean, people put so much, like, it's a big problem if you're a fanboy, or, you know, or if someone just, you know, they want to have the opposite opinion. It's like, okay, that's fine. And if you would like to express that opinion, well, here you go. Here's your opportunity. So anyways, tonight is the pre-ViDoc, technically. And probably I figured this was going to be kind of a hit or miss for the topic, but I figured, yeah, hey, you know, maybe put it out there, let people know. You know, some people may not know, and this way tomorrow might be a bigger, much different story though, because that's when the ViDoc comes out, and it's, unfortunately, I do this on the night shift, so you basically you'll get my reaction like later. But I've been kind of back and forth on how I want to go about it. Do I want to sit here and actually like react to it live, or should I just go ahead and get the information, and then as soon as I can start up the stream, go ahead and we just talk about it? I think it'd be kind of cool if I would sit here and actually, you know, I can actually get on here and have a reaction you know, where I could see it and like you guys get to see my raw reaction. But the only problem is I have to stay off all social media. I would probably have to just turn all Wi-Fi capabilities off so that I don't get anything spoiled for me. So those are kind of my options, I guess you could say. Oh, let's see. Let me just check. I wonder if he'll... No, it doesn't show, so I guess I might have to go to YouTube and actually see what kind of time we got right now. If it even shows it, to be honest. 22 minutes, okay. For some reason, since I did it the other way around, when it came to doing, trying to like doing it this way, for some reason, well, okay, when you first schedule, you have to basically start the stream, but it starts the timer. So technically on my timer we're at like an hour, almost an hour 10 minutes, and yeah. But we've only technically have been streaming for 20 minutes, you know, 20, 23, 24 minutes. So, and but these streams can, and I hope one day will, you know, last much longer. Especially, I mean, I'm not an expert for biome, like I am no expert. I'm pretty knowledgeable of the game, and if anything, I enjoy learning more about the game. But I don't want people to think that I'm going to become some kind of, you know, an authority on the game. You know, I'm not going to see myself as an authority of a game. You know, yeah, I thought, hey, you know, information is always key. And I thought about different ways that it can make the stream fun. You know, let's say an idea that I would like to do is like a Destiny fun fact of the day. Like I'll, you know, just whatever it is. Either we could do it lore wise or whatever, you know, or, you know, try to make it interesting, but also educational, you know, because information is where people really drive from. But yes, I'm just gonna switch back to this, and I'm gonna need a moment. Let me get a sip of my coffee. At least the stream ain't acting all funny like it did last week when we got that weather storm, or the winter storm. We ended up with like almost 2 feet of snow, and but we got a bunch of ice underneath that as well. But yeah, Any other thoughts? Ooh. Like I was saying, you know, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's ViDoc. I think I'll have a whole lot more to say once I've seen the ViDoc. And especially, hopefully, you know, maybe even have any some questions. But I don't know. We'll just have to wait and kind of see how that goes. So I guess I don't know how many people actually make it this far into the stream, because you know, majority of the people don't really make it this far. But I think, well, let me say this. Whenever I pick a topic like this, and you know, I want you to think of this as an interactive radio show, you know, and where this is probably the highest interactive, like it's to be able to build it to be the highest interactive radio show. And maybe I could use this more like the Guardian Talk Radio, and then maybe Guardian Talk Podcast. Maybe I'll do both. And maybe we'll start that where I have actual guests, and you know, maybe do two separate things. Still hold the whole call-ins feature, but let's just say, like, you can interact with me through this chat, through the Discord, and also you'll have the call-in feature and anything else I can think of. I'm also, this is really, at this point, it's really just a hobby, you know. And I would love to see where this goes and what kind of impact I can have within the Destiny community, because that's the kind of the ultimate goal. Not really to bolster myself, because to tell you the truth, I don't feel myself like that, you know. Like some people do, which, hey, if that's your kink, go for it, but that's not me, you know. I'm more of a people person. So that being said, I hope that one day we'll get up there, and I would love to do this full time. I have not a fucking clue how I want to do this full time, because I'm going to be independent. I don't want sponsors. I can tell you that right now. I do not want sponsors, because I feel like if I have sponsors, I can be controlled easily. That's the last thing I want. I want to be able to control every aspect of this. Anything and everything that I do is the result of my actions. Not this pointing fingers, oh, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault. No. I'm not gonna have that. But it is definitely gonna be a long process. I even thought about, since I changed the name, and which, I mean, the show stays the same, everything pretty much stays the same. You probably won't really see much of a change with this right now until, like, I get a bigger house. But also, I thought about changing, like, either starting over the count or doing like season 2, but I'm just like, I don't think I want to do seasons. Well, I'll save that for something else. I'll do something else with that. Anyways, let me just check, because I think this is going to be another really slow night. And at the same time, I'm still trying to figure this shit out anyways. Alright, where are you at? Ratio. Okay. Let's see what kind of timing are we at. 32 minutes. Okay. Alright. And I do apologize if the thumbnails are starting to look kind of weird, because yeah, I was very consistent on the thumbnails, but now it's like I don't know what to do about the thumbnails because I have to change so much. I made a completely different logo, but I couldn't use it the same way. But I don't know. So you might see that I'm kind of more or less experimenting to see what works, what looks good. I try to keep it simple, not really just, like have what you would call a clusterfuck for a thumbnail, just try to make it simple. I thought about just straight up, black background and just my logo basically, and then I have my tag where you can identify when I streamed the show. You can kind of get an idea of what season I was doing it in. That's the reason why in my thumbnails you can see that. So I don't know, maybe I'll try that, just keep it as simple as possible. I like doing the whole picture thing, but I'm a simple kind of person, I've seen people that do really well and they don't even make a damn thumbnail. So it's like, I mean, yeah, like, maybe I could do that for a little while and I'll just do the thumbnail and then maybe just have my logo kind of up in front, and I'll think of something, because I mean there's a lot of really cool designs I could do, but it's like I want to just keep it simple. So alright, well, since we're past the 30-minute mark, I figure as long as I can get past that point, we should be okay. And definitely we'll be doing another show. Will be tomorrow, about the same time. I'm gonna try to my best to get it as close to 9:30 as possible, and I will also try to do the where I do a schedule. So if you're seeing this and you want to be able to know when I go live, that option is there for you. But I think that's it. So tomorrow, ViDoc discussion. We'll have all the information by then. I'll see about if I really want to have the whole if I want to just react to it, I can set it all up here and we can watch it and you'll get my reaction to it, and then we'll do that at the very beginning of the show. So anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it there. Go ahead and shut down shop in the Discord, and we'll go ahead and just shut down Discord altogether. So anyways, my name is Armorlight. I've been your host here at the Guardian Talk Radio. That's going to be really weird to say since I'm so used to the LootCave podcast. But we are now Guardian Talk Radio. And I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you, come again. If you're seeing this afterwards, obviously. So, anyways, until I see you again, Guardians, you stay classy.